This is a Clouds Weather Alert.
Meteorologist Casey Cloud here live in the Weather Center right now, breaking in because kind of an odd situation here. The Storm Prediction Center has tripled the tornado threat toward parts of Tennessee, there, parts of Alabama, even a little bit of northwest Georgia. We don't see that very often at all here this late in the scenario, but we've been seeing quite a few storms all by themselves here, and that's cause for concern. We've seen confirmed tornadoes, even large tornadic activity here. I know some to the north earlier on. I know really that one in particular in Maury County. I know we had another one though more recently here close to where we're seeing these warnings in play right now. So something to really contend with here as we're looking at things. Let's go ahead and kind of zoom in here toward North Alabama. I know looking at a storm there in Limestone County, some rotation on Athens, Alabama. This was a confirmed tornado just a little while ago. A pretty rare risk for any part of the country. This part of the country, talking about North Alabama there, southern Tennessee included. I know for this time of year, it's a little bit later on, and you generally have a 15% tornado risk. So coming on right now to give you the latest. You see that red area there. We did not have that on the graphic for the tornado risk the last couple of days until now. We did have even a high risk on Monday way out toward the Midwest for that kind of, except for that one area there that was devastated, of course, in eastern Oklahoma. The other storms didn't really verify in terms of producing just really high-end tornadic activity. But again, there's the overview right now. You see all the different boxes, including the purple boxes there. Again, as we were alluding to a tornado warning there in parts of Limestone County. That was a radar confirmed tornado. Right now it's a little more murky. I know using the high top radar there, and then as we get here south of Ardmore there, right on the Tennessee-Alabama border, I know we're going to watch that storm carefully. That's a tornado warning for parts of Madison and Limestone until 9:30 local time. As we get further on up toward the north here, we're just going to go ahead and keep looking at things and keep monitoring the situation. I know that's a tornado warning there as we look a little bit further up, and we're just going to kind of try to give you the latest there. That's for a damaging tornado 8 miles southwest of Fayetteville, moving east at about 20 miles an hour. So again, just trying to give you the latest. We're talking about a damaging tornado that could be moving near Fayetteville, Tennessee there, but not right into town, or on 855. Now that is something that does seem to be showing here, at least some debris. Some of that could just be the inflow too, but right there near, it looks like Fayetteville Municipal Airport could be a tornado on the ground in southern Tennessee. And then we have more tornadic acts. I know there, Scottsboro, Alabama. That's where they have the lost airplane luggage. There's some rotation on that storm. Just kind of moving north of town there. And then you have the Pleasant Grove. There's a tornado warning now popping up. This is for Jackson and Franklin until 9:15. Those counties, radar indicated rotation out that way. And I know we're even getting reports of a potential of 70-mile-an-hour winds in some of these areas there toward Lauderdale and Limestone counties. So right now there are, it looks like in this part of the country, looks like we have 5 tornado warnings on the board at this point. And some of this accident could get close to Chattanooga, and it could get close to Huntsville. So we got to be really careful. Some highly populated areas here. I know, a little interesting so far. Huntsville not been added any kind of warning. Maybe they're just trying to sort out to see what they want to go with this. If a thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning, because the worst the wind is back here. This is more tight here on Doppler. Feels like that could get a debris signature at any point there as we're looking just east of Elkmont. And then just continuing to track, and then we're going to have a local risk here tomorrow. I know this isn't going to go all the way down here necessarily on the screen with the counties, but I can go ahead and hit the update button on this, and you'll be able to see what we're talking about for that day 2 risk. You can see here as we zoom on in a little bit, that enhanced risk does go into Albany and Tipton and Douglas and close toward Waycross and Brunswick. We got to be careful here. I know just the different hazards that could be in store for that Thursday there, that May 9th, 2024. Enhanced risk, that's fertile wind, hail, and then tornadoes will be a factor too in the forecast, it would seem. So just something to kind of keep our eyes on there. That's for tomorrow. And then let's go ahead and real quick, I'll move down. I know this red isn't working, but I'm just going to click on the view here to go to day 3 in our system. And this is going to see that risk for that Friday here. You can see that green area, and that's a broader marginal, but some of those areas within that are probably upgraded to a 2 out of 5 risk here for our local area. So kind of interesting to get this to dive down closer toward our region. Don't always get that here, especially this time of year. Yeah, but that's what the pattern is promoting right now. So let's get back over to our tornado warning storms here right now, including some confirmed tornadoes. And this one right here, south of Fayetteville, Tennessee. Well, we're talking about a damaging tornado. It was confirmed by radar 3 minutes ago there. And that looks like something. And it was kind of right on the edge of inflow, but that's a nasty hook there. That's right there near Fayetteville Municipal Airport. Got to take those tornado precautions. There's a new tornado warning now for that storm around Scottsboro. I know have some terrain issues sometimes, seeing this exactly how tight that could be down toward the surface in that part of that region. We have an observed tornado now near, it looks like Ardmore. Is it this storm here? Yeah, it looks like debris, so that's going to go purple. That box is going to upgrade to purple here as we're looking at things. And there you go. That's a confirmed tornado now. Damaging tornado. Weather spotted have also seen it. It's not just on debris tracker. Another tornado warning now toward Huntsville. Again, really getting far into the southeast now with this, and the risk has went up. I mean, we hadn't been tracking a 15% tornado risk from Storm Prediction Center until all of a sudden they gone ahead and increased it based on seeing some of these storms all by themselves here in an environment that's more favorable than previously anticipated. So, again, for this part of the country anyway, I mean, these storms just all by themselves. I'll see our tornado parameters. I mean, we have 3s and 4s here, so to get these storms all by themselves, and then you have the energy, as I put that on the screen here. I know we're talking about very high values here, even toward Huntsville. We're talking about 3,000 joules per kilogram. So this is a really ripe environment for tornadic activity. A lot of stuff really coming together here. They were only on a 5% tornado risk up until about a half hour ago, which I know 5 and 15, it doesn't sound like a big difference, but it really is. It goes from a 2 out of 5 risk here to a 4 out of 5 risk in terms of the tornadic potential. So that's pretty substantial here. And when you're talking about strong tornadoes, that's also a concern here in this environment. So that's why we're coming on. We're sticking with it for a little bit, actually, because getting concerned. And I know there's been a lot of concern in Missouri today. There's some more severe acts, and we'll see how far north this goes. It may kind of be more toward Cape Girardeau this time. We'll see. That's something to be watching. There's no tornado watch all the way up to Perryville. But maybe more about Cape Girardeau this time around. We shall see. I know, just watching things very carefully here on the southern flank, though. And speaking of southern flanks, we do even have a tornado warning. The other tornado warning out of all this is in Texas and Red River County. We see a discrete storm there east of McKinney. So we're going to have to watch that there as well. So again, just trying to give you the very latest here. It looks like 8 tornado warnings in the country right now. And we have 7 of them in that Alabama-Tennessee corridor. Just bunches of these. You don't see this very often, but these all being discrete like this. That's concerning because they have a lot of energy, we have a lot of wind shear, and the storm mode is just perfect for around issues to arise here in terms of maybe getting like an EF3 type tornado to go through even a pretty highly populated area. So that's what we're concerned about, a tornado up to about that level as possible in this type of environment. So be very mindful of what we're dealing with here as we kind of do this special coverage, because I know you had a risk that was double this back on Monday in Oklahoma, but except for the one storm which was just terrible around Barnesville there, it didn't really verify. That risk didn't really verify, to be quite honest. With this risk here, well, in this corridor, we're seeing concern here, advanced concern. So again, going on right now for this here on Cloud Weather on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Again, the tornado risk has been tripled here in the latest outlook. Very rare to get an upgrade in the last outlook of the day, especially to go from a 5 to a 15. A 2 out of 5 tornado risk to a 4 out of 5. And that's what strong tornadoes involved here. So that's a substantial change right on the fly here. Doesn't mean things will actually happen down to the surface in the highest populated areas that way, like Huntsville and Chattanooga, but they might, which is not always really, something that you can say and you can see that potential of. So, again, that's why we're with you right now in cloud weather. Let me go ahead and keep checking some things here. I know that rotation looks a little broader right here around the Athens area. We're seeing a little bit more advancement there a moment ago. You see further up here east of Elkmont, we're watching rotation. This storm in Tennessee looks a little bit more concerning, but I don't see the debris signature. We're not too high off the ground either, but it was a damaging tornado as of a few minutes ago. That was radar confirmed with the debris signature. And then you have that tornado warning around Scottsboro, Alabama, closer to maybe even with the rotation now toward Hollywood, Alabama. You have more tornado warnings here. Pleasant Grove for some rotation there. You have rotation in Grundy County, Tennessee. That's another tornado warning. This tornado environment is capable of producing those higher end events. So I think we already had a higher end event in Maury County earlier on. We were on for that tornado emergency. Had a PDS warning there a little bit more recently here toward the region as I zoom out that we're kind of looking at. And we're going to kind of look at things here. I know. Just trying to give you the latest. I'm going to take some comparative maps across the country here. See exactly what may be going on here in this type of setup. Here. Just bear with me as the situation evolves. Just trying to give you the latest. It's all about protecting you, your friends, your family. I know they had some storms there earlier. Out of words like Charlotte, North Carolina, I know. Those weren't really focused, to be quite honest, but those have actually knocked down more power than in many other locations. So, again, that's kind of the storyline right now as we're tracking things. Just going to keep on checking here with the latest. I'm going to keep on looking here. Keep on giving you the very latest as the situation does progress here. I know, just seeing how everything advances. There's just a slew of tornado warnings across the country, including in northern Alabama. Some of these, again, more focused in southern Tennessee, however. That's kind of interesting here to see. Let me go ahead and go on over toward Iron and Madison counties, because that's a new tornado warning in the heartland now. With some rotation on that, getting reports of a power loss there in Iron County, Missouri. But yeah, more action coming in. We'll have to see if that ends up making it closer to Perryville. In fact, based on our marker here on the Doppler, that might be an issue for them, unfortunately. We shall see. We'll have to just kind of wait and see here as the situation does progress. So, again, that's something in southeastern Missouri. We're just going to keep watching here. Keep checking all the latest details. All these storms all by themselves, though, even more concern on the national level by a pretty good margin. At national level, that concern here is escalated here for sure. So, again, trying to give you the very latest here as the situation does progress. And that's what it's all about here at Cloud Weather, trying to give you the very latest on exactly what is going on. I'm just trying to kind of see here minute by minute, second by second. Again, you see all these warnings. It's a slew of warnings here. We're just going to have to keep looking, keep giving you the latest. You see around Fayetteville in Tennessee, and Flintville maybe more precisely. Could be trying to get debris to pop out. It's hard to say they're that C-shape though. That's always a concern here as we're looking at things. And we're just going to keep checking everything as the minutes go by. I know it's always important here to do that. As we go ahead, I know we've had some flash flooding in Tennessee as well, flash flood emergencies. Let's jump up that way. Gonna switch over to storm total. Look at all these high rainfall amounts. Flash flood emergencies there around Sumner County, Tennessee. So like around Hendersonville and Gallatin, and then Robertson and Sumner counties in Tennessee. Just that concern there toward those communities for sure, northeast of Nashville. Not wanting to see those totals around a half foot like what we're seeing. And then you can kind of see there's rain over that area now. And to back that up, I mean, sometimes stuff just kind of gets stuck here in that pattern. So more precip falling in some of these already flooded areas. So you got to be really careful as we go ahead and go back over. Just checking things here. North Alabama. And southern Tennessee here. That's really tight rotation. But is it actually reaching down to the surface? Maybe not here yet. But it could as it gets toward Flintville there. Again, there's Huntsville. You're talking about Madison County there in Alabama. And even more tornado warnings popping up. We're talking about Hopkins, Hunt, and Rains counties. There as we get toward Texas. You see that rotation on that area, that discrete area of convection there. Definitely something to deal with in that neck of the woods. But again, Tennessee and Alabama, the focus here at the moment. Again, around Scottsboro, you see some rotation. West of Huntsville, you see that. Southeast of Ardmore. Southwest of Flintville. And more rotation in Grundy County. Some more in this box here. As we kind of look on over toward Jackson and Franklin County. Jackson in Alabama. Franklin in Tennessee. You have the warning there for areas there closer to Scottsboro. You have more rotation now popping up. This may get a tornado warning pretty soon toward areas there of DeKalb County. Just kind of letting you guys know about that. And as that gets into toward Georgia, as that moves on into toward the Peach State. Again, just trying to give you the latest updates here as everything does develop. Again, making sure you're staying safe. That's what it's all about here at Cloud Weather. Just going through all the latest data. And we're going to zoom back out again. Let's go back up to Missouri here with another wave of energy per se coming into the picture. I know, let's kind of give it the old loop here. And well, you can kind of see that movement. We'll be headed toward the I-55 corridor, and indeed might end up being a problem there toward Perry and maybe even St. Genevieve counties here. In the next little bit, they've already been hit, especially in St. Genevieve County twice today around Bloomsdale. So, yikes. This may not get as far up as them, but could be an issue for some of these other communities. So, again, something to kind of touch on for sure. I know. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some other information here in the Weather Center right now. Let me just go ahead and give you guys some more updates here as I talk. As I look at other things here, I will talk is what I'm trying to say. Our computer likes to work real hard in these type of situations. So again, we're going to be tracking here. We're going to be monitoring just quite a bit going on that national level here. That's why we're on the air. So. Again, just going through some information. Okay, severe thunderstorm warning this issued. A 70-mile-an-hour wind, the possibility toward Perry and Cape Girardeau counties. So that's a pretty big storyline there. I know this axon, it's moving there east at 60, so very fast moving. As they kind of give you the latest. A busy evening here in the Weather Center for sure. I have some family and friends up there toward the heartlands. That's one reason I'm kind of looking here a little more carefully right now at some of that convection that I taught you guys. Maybe not as much in terms of needing to talk about it in the air, but I kind of have to look at things as I kind of check some information out to kind of pass along here. So again, kind of an evolving situation where things are happening pretty fast. So again, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes here. As the minutes go by, as the hours go by here. Again, I'm just trying to let you guys know exactly all the different details here. I'm just going through everything. I know an ever-evolving situation here for sure. Just going to keep looking here. Got a lot happening. Let me go ahead and go on over here. Just to see a new tornado warning there just being issued in Alabama. So let's go ahead and jump over there on the other system here. Even one in Georgia, Dayton, Walker. There's just a bunch of action down there. So let's jump out there. Again, so many warnings, even 3 inch hail being reported there as we look toward areas in Tennessee around Bledsoe County. That's problematic, obviously. Ever evolving. That's the situation we're in. Again, just checking some more information on out. Again, we're watching everything going on in Missouri. We're watching everything going on in Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee. Just the ever-evolving threats here. Just that's how it is sometimes in the weather world. Let me go ahead and switch back on over. There's that look, Madison and Iron counties. That's the area there in Missouri that we were just talking about. Yet another round of storms is coming in the picture there for sure as a new severe thunderstorm warning. It's just been issued there for Perry County, surrounding Jones. As we're looking at things, as we're tracking the very latest here, as the night goes on. So, just gonna have to keep looking there. That warning goes until 9:45 Central Time. Just even southern St. Genevieve County, it's an area that could get clipped. We shall see as the evolution of things does continue here in toward the weather center. So again, just watching here as things evolve. Southern St. Genevieve County. $70-mile-an-hour gust. And definitely a threat. toward that area. So, gonna be watching 70-mile gust, hail possible, weak rotation also noted. So that's kind of the storyline as we get down there toward that part of the country. Definitely lots of lightning in there. So yeah, a lot going on here in the weather center. Another round of storms coming into the picture. So we'll keep our eyes on that. But the reason we came on is more for Alabama, Tennessee, that corridor. Let's go ahead and shift our attention to that down there. Again, you see all these boxes, all these tornado warnings here on play right now. Again, west of Huntsville here, I know we see some rotation. And that's moving closer to town here. This could produce, I mean, you know, we got to get folks in shelter in Huntsville proper. I mean, maybe north side of Huntsville could be at a little bit greater risk here as the situation does evolve here, minute by minute, hour by hour. So again, that's kind of where we're at right now. Again, I'm just trying to give you the latest. Let's go ahead and zoom back out. We had this tornado warning in Tennessee around Flintville. Huntsville office talking about a confirmed tornado a little while ago up in this vicinity. Definitely tracking some concerns there with that circulation on the Doppler. We have more tornado warnings, even that one there in Georgia, Dayton, Walker. There's a tornado warning over that way. You see this moving from Alabama into Georgia now. That's definitely a cause for concern. So, again, active weather situation here. Active scenario here indeed as we track things here in the weather center. Again, so much happening, so much going on here. It's just how it goes sometimes here toward this time of year. Sometimes a little bit maybe later, really. I mean, in terms of stuff further out, but it's stuff that really doesn't happen this late out. We're looking here in northwest Georgia and the like. It's a little bit unusual. It actually happened this late. It's kind of an odd pattern to get this to come into play. Again, definitely watching things here evolve. Let me go ahead and zoom back out. Again, trying to give you the latest here. And we'll zoom back in. Southern Tennessee, that rotation. Parts of Madison, Moore, Lincoln, and Franklin counties. Definitely a concern there. I know, just kind of trying to see what else is going on here. Now, a confirmed tornado there as we get further over to Georgia, but then you also got an update on a tornado warning, the rotation here now in the Huntsville storm. It would be near, it looks like, the University of Alabama at Huntsville, so or close to Madison. But then they got a confirmed tornado in northwest Georgia now, or moving right into that area. You can kind of see maybe some debris on this as it does pop on up. Looks like it may be right in there. That's a tornado warning, a confirmed tornado warning now. A confirmed tornado located near Sulphur Springs, or 12 miles west there of Lafayette, or Lafayette, depending on how they pronounce it up there, when he's at 35 miles an hour. It's a radar confirmed tornado. So just make sure to take your tornado precautions as we look at northwest Georgia. Again, just tracking things here. Watching the latest developments. Again, looking toward Lincoln County. You see some rotation on the radar. You see some rotation here around Huntsville. You have quite a bit of that hail there further up toward the north. Moving more toward communities like Normal, Alabama. That's kind of what we're dealing with right now. Again, just trying to give you the latest updates. I'll go ahead and zoom back out. Have a hook on the storm here. That's the one that's doing a tight rotation around Flintville. I know as we kind of look at things, northwest Georgia, that storm there. We're moving toward Georgia 157 soon with that confirmed tornado. Again, it's an active picture. We were just talking about Missouri, and we'll talk about them again. It looks like more damage being reported here as we get further back. I know already had some in Iron County, Missouri, but now in Madison County, Missouri, there's apparently numerous power outages. So that indicates there that there was some more damage, no doubt. I have numerous power outages there in Fredericktown. So that's cause for concern up that way as the situation does advance. Let me go ahead and check here. Just checking some more different velocity scans. You can see that push there of storminess coming on in. State Road 72. Definitely causing some problems there in America's heartland. Different warnings all over the place. I know currently 9 tornado warnings in the country. And 7 of them were in this region here, it would seem. Looking around Huntsville. Definitely some enhanced winds there. Right into toward Huntsville, seeing 60-mile-an-hour winds right around State Road 53. Alabama 53. I'll zoom back out. You see that storm there? It's a Scottsboro, Alabama. Weaker rotation there, but I know the terrain can interfere. This is a confirmed tornado in northwest Georgia now. On the ground there as we're looking. This looks pretty rural, but it's that hook on there. As I go between the topography view, just looking straight at that. Going back up here toward Missouri, I see St. Genevieve County. This has been added to yet another warning. And this does include St. Genevieve and St. Mary for the potential 70-mile-an-hour winds. So definitely cause for concern there. As we're looking at things, looks like right now, though, as I zoom in, Bloomsdale may miss out on the worst of this. On that level. Let's get back here. Alabama now confirmed tornado around Huntsville. Let's see how they're confirming this. Okay, by radar over northwest Huntsville. Let's zoom in here, see how definitive it is. It's not overly clear, but you definitely got to be careful. Definitely got to be careful in this type of situation. Let me go ahead and zoom out. Again, just tracking things here. Just monitoring things minute by minute. Just always kind of keeping tabs on everything. I know Missouri, there's a report of part of a school roof missing there in Iron County. That's not good, obviously. Again, watching things in Missouri too, I know, just on other modes here. I talk about things, I'm kind of going between different areas of the country. There's just a lot going on right now, so bear with me. Let's get back up to Missouri here. I know that warning now extended into areas around St. Genevieve and St. Mary. Power outages. They really look like just a decent threat. Just going between all my different sources here again. There's already been a lot reported there in Fredericktown. Pretty active situation as we continue to watch it evolve. Again, the warning now extended into areas around St. Genevieve and St. Mary as power outages look like a threat. Already been a lot reported in Fredericktown. So again, that's kind of how things are evolving at this hour. So active pattern. Let me go ahead and see here. You see all that wind there. That's really coming into the picture. So I need to go ahead and check some more sources here. Bear with me as I watch this. Again, just stepping away from the mic there just for a second here as things are really evolving on us. Getting pretty nasty here as we look at things toward the heartland. Again, watching the situation here. Again, potentially 70-mile-an-hour winds with a new round of convection there. That's headed into Perry and St. Genevieve counties. Again, unusual to get so many rounds here of action. You don't see that very often. Again, so much going on. We need to get back down to Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee here. Again, just trying to follow along. Again, so much happening here in the Weather Center. Let me go ahead and jump back on down. You can see all these different warnings here, these purple boxes. I mean, these indicate confirmed tornadoes, including, I don't like that hook around Huntsville, folks. I mean, it's hard to tell the debris on it because of the angle, but definitely indicative of a possible tornado right moving across Huntsville right now there. That's in Madison County there in Alabama. So, nasty situation that we're watching. Definitely could be causing problems there as we speak Make sure you're inside that interior room away from windows or even a basement if you have it. I mean, very important to take those precautions, those tornado precautions, as we're looking at things right now. Again, very busy here. Those winds there, north side of town, right on US 72, and getting over toward, as I kind of look here, I mean, I guess that's US 72 as well, but just north of I-565 there, that's where we have a lot of wind that's in that vicinity. Got that tornado warning in Georgia, is that still confirmed? Okay, they're now calling out red or indicated. That's some good news. A little bit of weakening there and toward northwest Georgia. So gotta watch that. Gotta watch some storminess as I switch back to normal mode here to Chattanooga's way. There's now a severe thunderstorm warning for Chattanooga there, as we're kind of looking at things as we're tracking the situation. Southwestern Bradley, southeastern Marion, and southern Hamilton counties in East Tennessee until 11:15. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and ping-pong ball size hail with threats. So again, that's kind of the storyline as we're looking there near I-75 between mile markers 1 and 18. Got to be really careful there. So again, that's what we're dealing with. And we're going to go ahead and keep looking. Again, I'm going to go ahead and keep checking things. Looks like a new tornado warning for that confirmed tornado. It's in eastern Huntsville now, moving east at 35 miles an hour. So Huntsville, Redstone, Arsenal there, Gurley, Woodville, Alabama A&M University, University of Alabama in Huntsville. I know they're still under this Paint Rock there. We also have areas there of Maysville, Garth, and Ryland, all under this threat here. I know a lot of that, you see that blue coming up, a lot of that's probably just more the inflow or the debris signature. But there's definitely cause for escalated concern there. I mean, it's right there near the interstate, I-565, Interstate 565 there, with this confirmed tornado warning. Again, west central Jackson and central Madison counties, as the situation does evolve, moving east at 35 miles an hour. That's cause for concern there. So there's all these different warnings. Let's go to Texas real quick. We have this rogue storm here south of Sulphur Springs. Not great radar covered out there, but there's a tornado warning there for Hopkins County. We have that tornado warning in Missouri that we've been talking about in the heartland. I know, all that wind pushing up toward Perryville and Perry County, and even some of that getting into towards St. Genevieve County there as well. So that's cause for concern as we look toward I-55 there, as we get toward that area here over the next little bit. Again, we're going to keep checking. We're going to keep tracking. I'm going to go ahead and see there's tornado watches in play. Midnight Central is the expiration for areas like Perry County, but St. Genevieve County wasn't under the tornado watch, but this time around. But unfortunately, it's kind of going back up toward the north a little bit. So I've got to be on guard. And then as we look here toward North Alabama, you see that rotation right in Huntsville, right over Huntsville. I mean, if this is on the ground, even if it's a weaker tornado, it's probably doing quite a bit of damage because of it being right across town here, right in Huntsville with that impact here. You don't see that all that often. But I do see for a moment, at least, we're down to 2 tornado warnings in the country. I do like that, but one of them's over Huntsville, so that's not what you want to see, obviously. So again, just going to keep giving you guys the latest here. It's always just ever evolving here, the threat. Again, just trying to let you guys know the details. Again, just checking some stuff about Alabama and Huntsville here behind the scenes with the tornado there. Again, always concerning when you have a tornado moving through a populated area like that. I know there's always issues with terrain, so I mean you can have the terrain make it harder to see on radar, but you also can have it, cause strengthening and or weakening with the storm acts. And apparently there's actually video and pictures now coming out of a tornado on the ground with power flashes in Huntsville. So you gotta take shelter if you haven't already into your room, away from windows there in Huntsville. Very concerning there with that activity. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep looking here. You can see there, southeast Missouri, going back there for a second, all that wind coming in, but let's go back here to Alabama and Huntsville. Ooh, I don't like the way that is hooked. I don't like that at all. That looks like it's strengthening to me. Yeah, I think that's a actual clear or debris signature now. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the hole, but that is really textbook to be right over Huntsville. If you're on the east side of town, please be taking shelter here. This is very dangerous. This is very dangerous here, right across Huntsville. That is a classic tornado. You see the hook echo here, folks. You see the hook echo here around Huntsville. This is concerning. Very highly populated territory. Talking about winds 70 miles an hour, or at least so on off, but I mean, the problem with this is even if we only have maybe winds, let's say 90 or 100, going through the most populated area here like this, it could really magnify the damage. This isn't like it's going through a field or something. It's going through some of the most populated areas of Alabama right now with a tornado on the ground. So, I mean, you see that. It's going to start getting a little less populated here now, but this isn't good what we're seeing here. Well, that really tightened up here on that latest scan. It is starting to move in a little less populated area now, but you're definitely seeing signs of some debris in there. But that hook here, gotta be really careful. And we're now seeing the winds here to about 100 on radar. It is kind of moving out of the most popular area, but there's still some areas here. And you see a lot of this green, which isn't really going to be populated at all, but then you have these spots in between, and it could be hitting some of those here in the next few moments, if it's not doing so already. So again, you need to be taking shelter there if you haven't already in that part of Madison County in Alabama. Again, a dangerous situation here as things do develop. Again, just continue to track the overall situation here. Again, trying to give you the latest update. That debris, you can see it there a little bit clearer. I mean, this hit something, obviously. There's your debris. Again, only 2,000 feet up because we're so close, but I mean, it's harder to tell higher up, but we have an EF0, EF1 tornado at least on the ground here in Huntsville. So, I mean, that's the minimum. It could be quite a bit stronger based on terrain, making it hard for you to see exactly what's going on, but I mean, that's winds too close to 100 miles an hour, so to have moderate damage through a densely populated area is a pretty big deal, to be quite honest. Again, checking the latest here, trying to give you the updates here as the seconds, the minutes, the hours, in some cases, and are covered over the years. As those tick by here as well. Of course, we'll be watching stuff locally tomorrow, so keep that in mind. Again, Huntsville, dangerous tornado situation there in progress. Again, right there in such a highly populated area. Okay, they're going, this is a large tornado now over Huntsville, East Huntsville. It's just passed through downtown. It's a large tornado. A large tornado, again. This is very significant here, folks. Again, very highly populated. A particularly dangerous situation now for Huntsville, where we could be talking, at least in some cases, a matter of life and death here in Huntsville, East Huntsville. Again, a tornado on the ground here. You see that debris. You see the rotation. This isn't the strongest tornado we've covered this week, don't get me wrong, but going right through a populated area with a maybe larger tornado in the ground could be getting up toward EF2 strength here at points. That'd be winds of 111 miles an hour, and that makes that considerable tag there, especially the population that could be being impacted at points. So, again, looking at Madison County there in Alabama. There's your debris. That's only 2,000 feet up, but I know some of this kind of gets mixed up with the inflow a little bit. I think you kind of see it there, which would be up to about 4,000, but again, we know we have a tornado going through parts of Huntsville, which is significant enough. I mean, this isn't like, again, it's in the absolute middle of nowhere. I will say there are some less popular areas that's starting to get into your points, which is good. But you see, that's very textbook. What you see in the meteorology textbooks here, folks. Not what you want to deal with there. Jackson/Madison counties there in Alabama. Again, you do not want to see it looking like this here. That's what you see in the textbooks. That safe there on the Doppler, hook echo. Again, you do not want to be taking the situation lightly here in toward Alabama. That debris signature worse now. I mean, that's kind of almost starting to resemble a debris ball a little bit. Because when you look at that and you overlay axial radar, that's kind of, we're not getting like the purple to stick out yet, thankfully, but it's kind of like a debris ball there. It's kind of where the tornado is down in here. And that's kind of backing it up here as things have kind of really aligned in the wrong way here in Madison County, Alabama, and the Huntsville region, North Alabama. So, again, let's go ahead and keep looking at things here. Again, a considerable threat here, a particularly dangerous situation there in the Huntsville region. So, I know, very serious stuff. Again, nasty, nasty conditions. Again, highly popular area. Getting interior room away from windows there. Interior room away from windows here in this type of situation. Again, very important to do here. When you have a large tornado on the ground, and in this case, a large tornado on the ground in a very highly populated area. So, again, I'm just trying to give you those minute-by-minute updates here. Again, gonna keep looking, gonna keep tracking, gonna keep checking here. Again, we're just gonna go ahead and keep giving you everything you need. Again, that's very textbook there on Huntsville. Let's go ahead and keep checking out some more details here. The debris still there. Tornado likely still underground. You see it's kind of crossing through the woods, but then getting in or some of the areas with homes and the like, and that's not what you want to see. I mean, at least it's not just all homes or all homes and businesses through here, but still some issues here for sure. There you go with that latest scan on the debris tracker. I know we're really tied in there, but kind of see what we're talking about here in Alabama with this PDS tornado warning. So, again, trying to give you the latest here to protect you, your friends, and your family. Again, tracking everything as it evolves. Again, you see that purple box. Again, very nasty, this situation. There's one other tornado warning in the country right now. It says we get a little bit further on up. Jackson and Franklin counties. Again, around Huntland. Watching that rotation there. Again, Huntsville, though, that's where our focus has been over the last little bit. That debris there may not be quite as definitive now. We just got to keep watching now. Got to keep checking. I keep giving you the latest. Again, there's your storm. Not a tornado emergency, but one step below that. Again, moving through it has a very highly populated area here. Again, there's your red and green. That debris still showing up there. Again, just trying to give you the latest updates. A lot of wind there. Winds going away from the radar there. High top 70, greens about 30, so still winds to 100 possible. It's down toward the surface here. Let's get back up to Missouri for a moment. We'll jump back up that way. You see Perryville and Perry County really getting hit pretty hard there with the wind and the rain right now. St. Genevieve County, I know some of those areas getting it taking a little longer to get toward St. Mary, and then St. Genevieve, they might actually miss out in downtown St. Genevieve when the worst of this, but probably not in downtown St. Mary. So again, that's kind of the storyline right now. Again, we're just going to keep looking here. We may wrap it up fairly soon on the coverage, depending on what we see around Huntsville, because we don't have as many of these boxes for tornado warnings. There are a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. You see around Chattanooga there, you have quite a bit of wind in toward that area there. I know that's severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Bradley, Marion, and Hamilton counties. I know, looking there, northwest Georgia, tornado warning not there, but we are going to watch around Dalton. I know, you do see there some of that green and red, blue and red even, on Doppler's technology. So again, just continuing to give you the latest. That indicates that wind potential. This is all still kind of that environment by itself, so you still got to watch around Scottsboro, where we have that that unclaimed luggage there. That's the place where, I know, unclaimed luggage from those planes, those flights there that people take. So again, that could be in that direction a little bit later, and there's a lot of terrain which could either make it stronger and or weaken things, and may make it harder to see on radar some too. So again, you can see there that debris signature is fading some, which is good. But we can't let our guard down here. That's in a little less populated area in general. Still quite a bit out here, though. Quite honestly, I mean, we're not that far from downtown Huntsville still. I mean, this is still going to move moving through areas there closer toward, it looks like you had 72. A little bit more disorganized on the rotation, but again, that could be brief. So don't let your guard down in that area. If we get a tornado emergency, we'll jump back in, obviously, on all the different platforms, or if there's another reason we need to come on, of course, for local concerns tomorrow, especially in South Georgia, and on Friday as we get further across our viewing area, we'll be on. There's our coverage map, of course, and there's the different platforms. Facebook, KT Cloud, WX Cloud, the weather, of course. You have Twitter/X at Cloud Casey. You have YouTube at Cloud Weather, Twitch Cloud Weather, and Cloud.com. We did just get a new tornado warning issued there in the ward parts of Georgia, so let's go ahead and say that, North Georgia, but we'll go ahead and kind of just continue to watch the progression of things, and I'll keep an eye on everything here at our disposal. And that's a new tornado warning toward Dalton, actually. Gilmore, Murray, and Whitfield counties now. And you see Chatsworth there under this tornado warning as well. This is from the Peachtree City office to 11:15. So watching things around the Phelps community, especially there, but our coverage isn't great out here, so that can make it a little bit harder to figure out what's going on. But just kind of watching the progression of things here, minute by minute there. That's in northwest Georgia, tornado warning. These storms still kind of on the edge here, which can make them more favorable to getting the most out of the environment. So the storm setup. So this one here, not the tightest ever in Franklin County, Tennessee. This one here we'll watch weakening right now, but it could always recycle there. And then you have this storm here. That looks tighter now, even around Phelps. I'll back it up. You can kind of see what I'm saying there. Let's look at debris again. I don't see anything yet, but again, I would have to get to 5,000 feet to even be able to see it out there in northwest Georgia. So, again, we're going to track it. We're going to monitor things. They're going to give you the latest. Again, definitely intriguing. Again, we're going to go back up real quick to Missouri. There's severe thunderstorm warnings across the country. Know that warning for St. Genevieve County. Looks like they're saying the worst of the winds will have gone more into Perry County, so they're dropping that one. That's what we're being told here. Okay. These severe thunderstorm warnings you see across areas there like Indiana and the like there. I mean, at least portions of Indiana involved. Kentucky. So many in Tennessee. And then this tornado warning here, Jackson and Madison. A confirmed tornado was located over Gurley or 9 miles east of Huntsville at 9:45 Central Time. That's what they're saying at the Weather Service in Huntsville, but and that's moving east at 30. But there is tornadic damage in the 5 Points neighborhood, but the rotational velocity signatures have weakened, so they are no longer maintaining a considerable tag. But this remains a confirmed tornado on the ground, and everyone in the warnings to seek shelter immediately. So damaging tornado and 2-inch hail there. The possibilities. So again, just going to keep looking at things. You see around Gurley there. Still got to be careful in case that is still touching down. I wouldn't guarantee it is right now, but it very well could be. That's what the service has talked about there, and I just read off. I know you see all these different yellow boxes. East Tennessee, there's a thunderstorm warning, a lot of wind potential out that way. As we're watching things, southeast Tennessee, and then like I was saying earlier, North Carolina, a lot of power outages there. So definitely been a lot going on, and we're going to keep watching things tomorrow and tonight, and even on Friday here, just whenever there's a concern, we'll be tracking it here for you. And you have that interactive radar, clutter.com/radar there. That's the place to go here in these type of situations. I know you have this Facebook there, you have Twitter/X, you have the YouTube platform, you have Twitch there, so a lot of different platforms to get live streaming covered. Of course, if we just have local warnings, don't even actually come on for them. We'll post those just on Facebook and on Twitter/X. So that's the latest for now. Thanks so much for tuning in and trusting me. Stay safe out there. I'm meteorologist Casey Cloud here in the Weather Center.